Welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 15th of June for the Sun or the Ascendant. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, I'd be honoured if you did so now. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. Also, you can chat to me daily on Twitter at Horoscope Ace directly, or you can join Elisa and I for our daily astrology and tarot show, which is proving hugely popular by seeing the playlist beneath this video. You can also grab yourself your free daily horoscope every single day of the week. This week is a time of transition. We've had a huge welter of Gemini energy. It's going to continue because for most of this week, the Sun is still in Gemini. The North Node continues in the sign of Gemini for some months. And of course, Venus, the planet of relating, because of its retrograde, is going to be in Gemini through to the 7th of August. So the Gemini season is not completely at a close, but we are going to see a shift of emphasis. This begins with Mercury in the sign of Cancer going into retrograde on Thursday. Now, it's not going to emerge from retrograde until the 12th of July. Now, all the usual cautionary notes apply. You know, check your emails, your documentation, anything you're purchasing. Scrutinize it in a very precise way. If you're booking anything, relying on tickets or automation or technology, again, there can be the potential for some glitches. But also there can be cross wires. And of course, Cancer is about emotions, and Mercury is not at its best in this sign. It's a 10-week transit, so it's huge. So really and truly, we need to get used to the fact that people are going to be sharing more of their feelings, manifesting their feelings, but how we share things is not always how it's received. And that can be the challenge of Mercury retrograde. But with the Sun moving on Saturday into Cancer and the stunning solar eclipse, which occurs on Sunday, that's going to provide a backdrop of energy for 6 long months. So what does this all mean? Well, I think the Gemini energy is still continuing to encourage us to stay connected. And in our response to COVID, that could happen more from technology. So that can become a sort of more ongoing part of our life purpose. And of course, it has been getting stronger and stronger over the last 20 years or so anyway. But the Cancer energy is just reminding us that we're all human beings, and just working through the prism of computing or technology isn't going to meet all our needs. We need fraternity, and that means closeness. Cancer is governed by the moon. It is a cardinal sign. That means it's a leader, but of course it's also the element of water. So having Mercury going backwards here suggests there may be times when our thoughts are dominated by emotional issues, but it can be more difficult to share exactly how we feel. So what I feel the eclipse is encouraging us to do is try to find some traction and to bring a greater focus to the need for nurture, for caring into our existences. But there is a catch on this eclipse, and that is that it's forging a really tricky angle to Saturn, the planet of structure. So that's in the cool, detached sign of Aquarius. But it can act as a bit of a counterpoint, if you like, to the more emotional energy that the Cancer eclipse can bring. But I think essentially we are going to have a period of time where some people are going to conform to what we need more, to the wider needs of society, and some people are going to want to break out. Now, if you want to get the inside track on this, please check out my solar eclipse video. I'll put the link for this underneath this one. But in terms of this week's particular events, I think if you have been trying to manifest something, an idea, and you want to form it up into something more substantive, this is a great opportunity, there's no doubt about that. But it has to work in a feeling sense. It can't just be an idea that's ventilated only through the element of air. So it has to have structure, it has to be workable. And that's what the Cancer energy is really asking us to address. But if you are wanting to link up with people that are close to you, or think about our family affairs, or moving, I think it is obvious at this time that we could encounter some headwinds. I think there's going to be things to do with the oceans, rivers, waterways. Perhaps we're going to see a drought. Perhaps we're going to see an excess of rain that we're not expecting. But anything to do with travel or communications can definitely be affected by the more emotional and, some would say, subjective transit of Mercury through the sign of Cancer. But stay with me for your individual forecast for each zodiac sign. Your specific forecast, Virgo, suggests that with your ruling planet going into retrograde this week on Thursday, that there could be some snags along the way in terms of your longer term hopes, group associations, or any friendships. It's not that you're going to consciously try to make some changes here, although you may. It's more that fate can just seem to throw up some situations where things don't quite flow as first expected. But that doesn't mean to say they can't still have some upsides. Mercury retrograde isn't all negative. For example, you may hear from a friend that you haven't heard from for a very long time. Or perhaps you will realign your future direction, but in a way which suits the person you've become now, not the person you used to be. And all of this ties in with the fact that the sun moves into Cancer on Saturday. There is a solar eclipse which occurs on Sunday. It's just worth remembering that with Saturn on the other side of the heavens, in the rather strident sign of Aquarius, on a pinch point with the solar eclipse, that whatever hopes you have to be calibrated against your natural inclination towards precision and making sure that it works in a real down-to-earth and meaningful way. Nothing new for you there then. So with all this idealistic energy being manifested on the back of this eclipse, it's just keeping one foot on terra firma and just remembering that the plans are going to be subject to some kind of flexibility. It's been a real pleasure being with you. If you'd like to ascend above your zodiac sign and embrace real astrology, please check out my written reports beneath this video. You can grab yourself a combination of 12-month forecast, character analysis for 30% off and gain so many insights above just what zodiac sign you are. Or you can choose to have a one-to-one with me. Please see the testimonials below. But for now, take care, keep safe, and good luck.